Reader's Letters. Oh, no! Have you ever had an embarrassing experience? Who hasn't? Last week, we asked our readers to tell us about their embarrassing experiences. We received hundreds of letters. Here is a selection. A smart teacher.
My most embarrassing experience happened when I had just finished college. I had just started teaching at a high school in Denver. One morning, my alarm clock didn't go off. I had forgotten to set it. I woke up at 8 o'clock, and school started at 8:30. Quickly, I washed, shaved, dressed, jumped in my car, and drove to school. When I got there, classes had already started. I didn't go to the office or the teacher's room, but went straight into my first period class. After 2 or 3 minutes, the students started laughing, and I couldn't understand why. Suddenly, I looked down and understood. I had put on one black shoe and one brown shoe. Stanley Morris, Boulder, Colorado.
Hand in hand.
The most embarrassing experience I've ever had happened 2 years ago. My wife and I had driven into New York to do some shopping. The streets were very crowded, and we were holding hands. Suddenly, my wife saw a dress she liked in a store window and stopped. I started looking at some radios in the next window. After a minute or two, I reached for my wife's hand. There was a loud scream, and a woman slapped my face. I hadn't taken my wife's hand. I had taken the hand of a complete stranger. Gary Hall, Paramus, New Jersey.
A parking problem.
My husband and I had decided to buy a new house, and I'd made an appointment to see our bank manager. I'd never met him before, and I was a little nervous. I drove into town, and I was lucky enough to find a parking space outside the bank. I just started backing into the space when another car drove into it. I was furious. I opened my window and shouted at the other driver. He ignored me and walked away. It took me 20 minutes to find another space. As soon as I had parked the car, I rushed back to the bank. I was 10 minutes late for my appointment. I went to the manager's office, knocked, and walked in. The manager was sitting behind his desk. He was the man who had taken my parking space. Margaret Larcade, San Antonio, Texas.